John Brennan, in ominous tweet to President Trump, calls for insurrection by cabinet GOP leadership. Former Obama CIA Director John Brennan responded to a tweet by President Donald Trump on Saturday decrying the Russia witch hunt investigation with an ominous tweet calling for Trump's cabinet and inner circle to turn on him, while Brennan stopped short of explicitly calling for the invocation of the 25th Amendment, impeachment, or an outright coup to remove Trump from office. His language strongly implies such action. Trump tweeted Saturday at 7:33 a.m. Fox News poll numbers plummeted on the Democrat-inspired and paid-for Russia witch hunt. With all of the bias, lying, and hate by the investigators, people want the investigators investigated. Much more will come out, a total scam and excuse for the Dems losing the election. Brennan responded precisely an hour later, speaking to Trump in a manner of an agent trying to crack someone, then switching to addressing indirectly those who could remove Trump from office. Notably, Brennan does not mention Vice President Pence. Your fear of exposure is palpable, your desperation even more so. When will those of conscience among your cabinet, inner circle, and Republican leadership realize that your unprincipled and unethical behavior, as well as your incompetence, are seriously damaging our nation? This is the tweet because I just put up the article where Trump tweeted out that the Dems are losing the election. Okay, total scam and excuse for the Dems losing the election for the Russia witch hunt. So there he puts Donald Trump's tweet while he's answering him. So the Section 4 of the 25th Amendment, whenever the Vice President and a majority of either the principal officers of the executive departments or of such other body as Congress may by law provide, transmit to the President pro tempore of the Senate and Speaker of the House of Representatives their written declaration that the President is unable to discharge the powers and duties of his office, the Vice President shall immediately assume the powers and duties of the office of as acting President. And it goes on, okay. A Politico magazine article by Joshua Zeet published in January argued the 25th Amendment would not apply to Trump no matter how much his opponents desire unless he became incapacitated. So this is what they're trying to do, invoke the 25th Amendment. You see what's, So forged in the shadow of John Kennedy's assassination and heightened Cold War tensions, the 25th Amendment was designed to address serious lapses in the Constitution's provisions for presidential succession. Specifically, it was designed to protect the government from random occurrences like sudden illness or a failed assassination attempt. Its framers might have agreed that it could be invoked to remove a president who suffered mental illness and led him to lapse into a state of delusion or unreason, but not a president who already demonstrated those traits when the people in their wisdom elected him to office. It didn't occur to Congress that Americans might need an amendment to protect themselves from their own poor judgment. It's comforting to think that the 25th Amendment provides us reprieve from our own folly, but it doesn't, or at least it's probably shouldn't. Americans who just couldn't vote for Clinton, who saw no difference between the two major parties, or who couldn't be bothered to vote at all, are stuck with him, and so are the rest of us. Of course, there's another mechanism to remove a president. It's equally messy, but much more clear-cut. if Americans are really that determined to unseat the president, that's the one they should focus on. Well, with the economy roaring, the ISIS caliphate smashed, the judiciary being reshaped, and conservative judges, the government being reorganized and deregulated while the Mueller investigation has yet to find evidence of Russian collusion, Trump's cabinet and GOP leadership are showing no signs of turning. So in other words, they're just trying to get the 25th Amendment so they could remove him. And the thing is that actually, I think Brennan is a threat to this nation. Actually, Brennan is the threat to this nation and has been a threat to our nation. And I can't wait for him to be locked up where he belongs, because he is the one that perpetrated this whole Russian witch hunt, and it's just burning him up that he can't get Trump out the way he had planned, along with his cohorts, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, the deep state, Clapper, and all the rest of their low-life cronies, I mean, it is like... What he's actually, he's calling, in a sense, for an uprise from the Republicans, or I should say rhinos. But, it just shows you that this situation is really serious. Something has to be done about these people, because they are a threat to our nation. They actually are. They've been causing a lot of problems that shouldn't have been there in the first place. This is one, come on. There's got to be something you can get this criminal on. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, instead of always Trump playing defense, in a sense, why doesn't he just start going after them himself to get them on something? You know what I'm saying? You use every trick in the book. Get this guy out somehow. Put him behind bars where he belongs. This guy, he's got a slew of things. If you dig a little deeper, you can get some info on this guy to put him away, because his connections are very shady. I'm more than positive his dealings under the Obama administration were very shady. So get somebody in to get this character put away where he belongs, because he's the actual threat. He's really, I don't know who he works for, because he doesn't work for the American public. He really does not. And these kind of people have to be prosecuted for treason, too, against this country. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.